Final episode of X-Men 97, and action-packed. Some pretty cool stuff there. Ends on a cliffhanger to, set up the next season. And I hate it when it gets me excited for like, oh, I want to see a new season, but I know it's going to be filled with stupid crap in the next episodes. Like this whole show, it tricks you a little bit. It's not the worst thing in the world, but man, there's certain things that are like, they could have done it better. They could have done it with more, that X-Men gravitas instead of it just being kind of goofy and silly. And then boom, here's a bunch of action to kind of make up for everything, because that's how it kind of felt this season. But overall for this episode, it's a 8 out of 10. I liked it. There's a lot of cool action, cool stuff between Xavier and Magneto, the two different visions and doing, living up to being afraid of all the things that happened to Magneto when he was a child. There's a concentration camp, so he has that hatred in him, but you shouldn't let that hatred control your whole life. Again, really, really cool. I like that stuff. But we jump in right where we left off, they were fighting that Bastion guy. Magneto freaking pulled all the animanium out of Wolverine. So he's down for the count. So he's not going to be in the final battle because he has to recover from that happening to him, which is crazy. Like, it's going to take him a while for him to come back from that. But we have this situation where, Magneto and Xavier, they're two different visions. They're two different ways of looking at things. And it's just, you can see both sides. That's what I liked about the X-Men originally. How it's like, everyone is right and everyone is wrong. Because if you take, Magneto's path, then all the mutants would be saved. But then is saving the mutants, the only way to save them is to kill the humans? Anyone remember Trigon? How do you save all the butterflies? Well, kill all the spiders. But is that the right thing to do? But we get a little bit of a flashback, when they were first working together and they first found out they were mutants and they kind of confessed that to each other. I remember seeing something that people are trying to say that they're gay for each other. Oh my God. We have become emotionally retarded, where there's only the only emotions you're allowed to have. You either hate someone's guts or you want to have sex with them. That's it. You can't genuinely love someone and care about them without it being sexual in 2025. These two men love each other in a way that you would love your brother, because they care about each other and they want each other to be happy, even though they have separate visions. But they both know that they're good men on the inside. When they, get down to it, what they want to accomplish is to save lives. Magneto just has this, mutants are better. So they're the next evolution, and so you have that whole thing. But they're not sexually attracted to each other. You freaking freaks! Even though both of these men have been with women, and then they're attracted to women. How could they possibly be? Ugh, it's ridiculous. But this is after he pulled Wolverine's animanium out, so Xavier's in his mind, and he's like, "You got to stop this asteroid M." He basically did a worldwide EMP, and he's like, you got to reverse it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to reverse it. Well, then I'm going to just take over your mind and make you do it. And he's like, you can't do that. You're going against your own morals. It's like, it doesn't matter because I can't let the earth just die. He just mind crushes him. He freaking sends him to the shadow realm. But he mind crushes him and then shuts off the EMP. We get to see, Daredevil and Silver Samurai. Like, that was pretty cool. They show off Doctor Strange is there and everything. It's super cool because this is a whole worldwide thing. Bastion is like, oh, you fools, since, they unleashed the Earth's magnetic field, now my dream's going to come true because Xavier won't give up on his. So you can't let everyone die. But Bastion's just stuck in the same kind of mindset that Magneto has. He can't let things go. He can't let things, just because these bad things happen to me, that means I got to just hate the world. So the X-Men are down for the count. I mean, they're just, what can they do? They're basically all captured, and he's just doing his whole villain speech thing. We get to see the rest of these mutant things are attacking. They're even attacking Wakanda, and that's kind of fun. And I do love the 90s designs. Like, that's the Iron Man from the 90s Iron Man cartoon show. Like, he looks exactly like that. Same thing with T'Challa has, like, the cape and everything. Very old school. We get Psylocke. We get all the Omega Red. I love Omega Red. He's super cool. Then they're going to kill Cable. And he's like, oh, how many times have you tried to come back to stop me? And I guess this is like a 200th attempt to try to stop this future. But, during the whole haha, the all is lost moment, We see the inhibitor mind band thing they built to stop Bastion like reform itself, and then Jean came back with the Phoenix Force, and the Phoenix Force is basically unstoppable. They put the band back on his head. They shut off all the Sentinel, his old connection to those Super Sentinels, and Cloak and Dagger. How fun! One thing I don't understand is why did the Phoenix go away? So they're like, oh, hooray, they saved everyone. Mr. Sinister gets grabbed by the Phoenix, and basically the Phoenix pulls all, because how Mr. Sinister is able to stay young is that he steals the DNA from other mutants, puts them into himself so he can constantly renew his own DNA. She pulls all that out of him, so he turns into like a dirty, nasty little like goblin monster of a man. He looks super gross. And then of course he has to run away like crying. Again, I've never been big on the you have to humiliate our enemies, just kill his ass. But anyways, so he gets his humiliation. They are winning so far from this one little bit. The Phoenix Force goes away and never comes back the rest of the episode. Does anyone have a reason for that? Is it because it would have been too easy for them to win? But Bastion comes back. He absorbs Cable's arm that had that technovirus in it. So like he becomes more powerful. And he's like, you know what? F you guys. I'm going to just go get Asteroid M and just drop it on the planet. And, you know, basically make a second Ice Age. Screw everyone. Screw the humans. Screw the mutants. It doesn't matter no more. Bam, I'm going to kill everybody. Get back to Magneto and Xavier. They're in Magneto's mind. And he's trying to save Magneto. Magneto forgot everything. He's like, who are you? Who am I? And then Xavier's trying to talk him through it, face everything that's happened and then make the decision to save the Earth. They come in with the plan like, oh crap, he's going to Asteroid M. Guys, get ready because the other team's on Asteroid M. And we get a mental projection from Xavier. He's basically talking to Jean and Cyclops. And he's like, I'm trying to save Magnus. I'm trying to save him. And if I can get him to stop the meteor, then, we can save the Earth. But if you fail, both your minds are going to get fried and you're both going to die. Even if you do this and there's still a huge chance that both your minds will be lost forever. Xavier's like, I have to try. He's my friend. I can't just let him die. Get back to Asteroid M. What's his face is on his way up there, Bastion. And I do like how we have Nightcrawler. He's praying like he would. He's a freaking priest. All the X-Men are on the same team now. You had Rogue and Sunspot decide to like join Magneto's team for a little bit, and now they're back on the X-Men. Like there's no hard feelings. Remember when I tried to kill you? Like it's stupid. We get a cool fight. Rogue is fighting Bastion, and she's giving him all she got. She's hella strong. She's not Hulk strong, but she's pretty freaking strong. She's knocking him around and everything. And can she breathe in outer space? That's my biggest issue. There's a lot of people doing outer space stuff, and it doesn't seem. Does Asteroid M have like an atmosphere around it? I don't know, but they're fighting in outer space, and it doesn't seem like she needs to not breathe. She's beating him up a little bit, but he's able to just like kind of reform himself. Then he starts fighting back, starts choking out Rogue. Then Sunspot shows up again. His special effects look really, really cool. I guess he can survive in outer space. Big old battles going on. The governments of the world are like, hey, we have the Magneto Protocol, basically going to shoot a bunch of nuclear missiles or whatever at Asteroid M to kind of destroy it. They go ahead and do it, even though Captain America is like, we shouldn't have done that. But President Kelly says, let's do the protocol, shoot the missiles off. Xavier and Magneto having their, I got to say, starting to slowly but surely get his memories back. He's like, me and you have these dark waters, the sadness, this hatred, we have to navigate these waters, and there'll be times where the tide will pull us under, but we have to resurface. We can't let this, ocean of agony pull us down. Starts to slowly remember. He's like, I can't remember my family, what they did to them. And, when we came with tolerance, they came with tanks. And it's so hard to tell someone who lived through something like this that it's, to turn the other cheek, basically. But killing everyone isn't the answer. I do like how Xavier tells him, it's me and you, Eric, me and you. If you go down under and it takes me under too, and that's the way it's going to be because you're my friend. Beautiful friendship. These guys are bros, and I love it. They're basically fighting for their lives. They're still being attacked by Bastion. They're doing an okay job defending him. But, the X-Men are doing what the X-Men do. Cool fight scenes. We got Nightcrawler's teleporting him away all over the place. And then Cyclops is hitting him with his optic blast. But this guy's too strong. Like, his powers are way strong. I do like how I like and I don't like, because I like it because it's stupid. And so Jubilee's able to kind of really mess him up. I'm like, it's fucking Jubilee. You're telling me those massive full force punches from Rogue did not do as much damage as Jubilee's little face blast? Are you kidding me? Whatever. So he's starting to look like the freaking Terminator, like all beat the hell up. And then I do like this scene because it kind of made me smirk. He's like, oh, your family, you think, these mutants, you're nothing. Wait till you see my family's here to protect me, and like the Sentinels are coming. But it's the Sentinels that Beast and them retrofitted to get to the thing, so they just stomp on him. I don't know what. Keep stomping. Don't stop. Just keep squishing him. He's starting to lift the foot, and they're getting ready for, then, we're going to keep fighting this guy. Then I do like how Cyclops does the Xavier thing. He's like, hey, he's like, this is the future, and we got to stop fighting it. And he tries to reason with Bastion. He's like, Xavier was there to save you. And your mother she just made a mistake. She should have let you come with the professor, and this wouldn't have happened. And of course, he has all that hatred built into him. Destroy the mutants, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, hey, we can, basically join us, like be part of our family. Kind of winning him over a little bit. Then he looks outside, he's like, oh, the humans rather be part of their own extinction because they shot all these missiles at Asteroid M. They make contact. But these are nuclear missiles. They're pretty weak. But the asteroid's going down. It hits that that core that's keeping the asteroid up, and it's gonna make it fall to the Earth. I do like how everything's blowing up. Jean puts up a shield, and he puts his hand at the Bastion. He's like, "Here, come with us." He actually makes a decision to try to go to Cyclops. I'm pretty sure he dies here, or he gets teleported. We'll see at the end if he's dead or not. Like, we'll leave that. It's up to it's the cliffhanger. But it looks like he was trying to be saved. Jubilee falls out of the asteroid M into outer space, and it doesn't have any effect on her. Sunspot just like grabs her, and like he's able to create oxygen for her. Like, they're in outer space. How's this freaking work? They're just floating in the atmosphere, and they're like above the Earth, and it like doesn't mean anything. It's nice that they have the asteroids falling apart, and like, hey, maybe we have to destroy the asteroid as much as we can to like make it smaller, so most of the pieces will burn up in the atmosphere and it won't cause as much damage. So all the X-Men to stay behind, and they're gonna basically sacrifice themselves. I do like how Jean and Cyclops astral project, mental project themselves, so Cable can like see his parents, and they have that nice little heart to heart. And he's like, my biggest mistake was not saying goodbye the first time when we let you go to the future. So Cyclops like, I finally get to say goodbye. They're doing their best to try to blow up the asteroid. It's not working at all. Wolverine is in the bed dying, and then Morph like turns into Jean and says that I love you, and it's super weird. That is so weird. I don't like that. It's super creepy. Nightcrawler is praying. Nice. But we go back to the inside Magneto's mind, and he's talking to him. He's starting to remember, and he's starting to fight with Charles again. But he's like, we have to do the right thing. And he's like, you have to remember who you were, who you're meant to be, with all those bad things that happen, but you can still do good with it. He remembers he's Magneto, badass, love Magneto. I love Magneto because he's who he is. It doesn't mean I endorse everything that he does, which is another thing in 2025 you're not allowed to do. If you like a character, then even if they're like the bad guy, you have to endorse every bad thing that they do. No, I just like Magneto as a character. Grabs the asteroid, pulls it back out. Then it just like gets teleported somewhere. I'm like, Magneto, we're going to do that? Actually, Magneto's so powerful, he's able to create a black hole. He did it once in the comics, which is insane. Jubilee, Sunspot, and Forge were on Earth, or they were on the Earth when this happened, so they didn't get teleported away. They're just blipped out of nowhere. It's been 6 months. Forge is just like giving up. Bishop shows up, and they're like, hey, we need to go save the X-Men. We need to find out not where they're at, but when they're at. Like, oh, they got a Back to the Future 2 situation here, where they just ended up somewhere else. Rogue ends up in 3000 BC. Nice. In Egypt. Nightcrawler's there. They're attacking, like these pharaoh looking dudes are attacking people. They stop it. They're like, oh my God, where the hell are we? Cyclops and Jean got sent into the year 3000, like way into the future. Get back to Egyptian times. I'm like, oh dude, look at that. That's freaking Apocalypse. Apocalypse was the first mutant, or was it Namor? I forget. But Apocalypse is super old. They kind of save Apocalypse. Then like Xavier goes to like, basically go into his mind and tell him like, we're friends, we're here to help you. Shouldn't he know instantly that he's Apocalypse? I mean, just looking at it is because he has those blue lips, like he hasn't turned full blue yet. How could they not know that's Apocalypse? How do they not know? Well, maybe they do know and they just can't really say anything because whatever, they're stuck in the past. But I wonder where that's gonna go. Cyclops Jane in the future, they meet Nathan, but he's like a little boy. He's part of this like resistance group, and that's where the story ends. So we got some X-Men in the past, some X-Men in the future, some X-Men in present time. I would like to see what, I'm kind of excited to see the next season. Again, it's probably going to be like 8, maybe 10 episodes. But if they can focus on story and, that it should be pretty good. Even with its, Disney Plus faults, it's not horrific. And overall, this episode was really, really good. Those last 3 episodes, if the whole season was like the last 3 episodes, obviously you can't have nonstop, drama action, but it focused more on characters and it focused more on how Xavier and Magneto have this brotherhood of like love, hate, where they both understand each other, but they just come to different conclusions. And that I like that. That's what makes X-Men so much fun. But finish up this series, gonna maybe jump to another one, finish off, obviously Amphibia is always on the docket. And thanks for watching, guys. Share the videos, like them, do all that kind of stuff, and catch you on the next one. Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.